Coming to you live from the center of Hollywood, California. What were you thinking? With Aaron and Scott. Real talk behind closed doors. It's not just about stupidity, but everything else that comes with it. High octane, energy driven, in your face. Get ready. It's Aaron and Scott.
Yes. Another wonderful night of What Were You Thinking? The show that gets to the core of the shenanigans of the stupidity of why we do what we do.
How am I sounding, Bob?
You sound delicious.
Do I?
Yeah.
I sound
delicious?
Because I can't hear myself speak.
Because you told me to turn yourself down.
But I hear him. I just don't hear me.
I can hear you.
Well, you should. Big mistake.
You like that?
I love that.
I tell you. This shirt always gets
reaction.
What?
Okay, so that's a guy and a girl getting married.
Getting married.
Big mistake.
Big mistake.
Now, you know what it should say underneath or ... bigger mistake. Two guys. Haven't they learned it doesn't work? Yeah! Oh, we got someone on the board.
We you know what? We had to get rid of Phil the newbie.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
But we like Bob. Bob's on it.
We love Bob.
Hi, Bob.
You know, the thing with Bob is, see, Bob has his own show. It's called The Bob Show, right?
Yes.
Is that right, Bob?
That is correct.
So Bob has his own show. But we love you, Bob. I mean,
did you get our
I
promos,
love you
by the
guys
way?
too. I did not.
You did not.
I did not.
Tony has the promos.
Oh, they were sent
okay.
to Tony. I think you were sent them to me. So,
Okay, I'm going to have them sent to you.
I'll find out.
Bob, look at this. He looks like a sushi chef.
I love this. This is like
looks like a sushi chef.
I'm teaching aerobics after this, so I got to
Really?
put my hair up. Yeah.
I love it.
I know, everybody's shocked.
No.
No one was more shocked than me when I took the fitness test.
And you passed.
No, that's awesome. I still think that there could be a better shirt than that. Big mistake.
Well, you know what? See, I got
and
this,
even bigger.
I got this shirt. I have two sisters. They both have been divorced twice. So I got this shirt. Actually, and I said, don't marry this guy. The second guy,
Right.
one of my sisters.
Right.
And she's like, no, this is the one. We've been dating 5 years, so I'm going to marry him.
Why
So
ruin it?
Well, she finally married, and then 3 years later,
They divorced.
they divorced. Yeah.
They say it's a 7-year itch. Is that it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, this one was 8, I guess.
Yeah. So
I still want to make my own T-shirt. Big mistake and even bigger.
You look
Marlene and Phil on top, and Bill and Stuart on the bottom.
I gotta say, you look really refreshed. You look like your skin's clear. You look like your
My skin's never dirty. It's not like I come in here
No,
with
you're just
welts and zits.
No, you're just glowing. You're not.
You're just saying that because I said I feel a little rested.
No, I actually, I
Did you notice?
I did notice when you first walked in. You were all.
Well, that's fabulous.
You were all pippy.
I'm just a regular
Yeah,
fucking
you were.
Revlon ad.
You were full of pip. So no. What did you do?
What did I do?
Why are you so rested?
I'm doing drugs.
Oh,
I'm
which
doing
ones?
drugs. I've resorted to drugs and alcohol.
Oh, that works.
You know what? There's no GMO in them. So I'm cool. I'm healthy. No, got a little rest.
Yeah.
I was told by somebody that I needed to get a little rest.
And
So it's good.
Did you just shut off your phone? Did you sleep in your bed for 16 hours? Did you? I mean, what did you lay by a pool? Did you go to Palm Springs?
I did the drugs first.
You did the drugs
and then I got
first?
a little rest.
Oh, there you go.
No, just kind of chilled out. Just, watch some reruns of stuff.
Yeah.
So I have something funny to tell you. I was at Whole Foods the other day. By the way, we're going to have Chet back on because I have more people who have watched and asked me questions that I can't answer. But
Sure.
Whole Foods, as you know, I don't know where Whole Foods, are they around the whole country or is it just California?
They are now, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Whole Foods is a great place. But have you ever gone in there and try and find the non-GMO? Let me explain. You have little labels that say organic.
Yes.
You have labels that say no MSG.
Mm-hmm.
You have labels that say no
gluten-free and
gluten-free,
right.
no BPAs,
Yes.
no GMOs.
Right. Yes.
Does it sound like we live in a really fucked up society? Now, here's the hard part. You can never get a can of food that has all the labels.
Right.
This one's got GMO, but this one's
No
organic.
high fructose corn syrup.
Forget
No-
about the old stuff.
Yeah.
The old shit we had to
I know.
worry about is nothing
I
compared
know.
to this shit.
Now it's all
sugar and high fat and
It's
all
funny
that.
you say that because I actually went into Whole Foods yesterday, bought a
Yeah.
protein bar, and it had that. It was gluten-free,
Right.
GMO-free.
Right.
I mean, it was like just a list, big bullet points
Yeah.
right on the front.
But there are some that say BPA free,
Yeah.
gluten free,
Yeah.
but nothing about GMO. So I get the
Mine
manager.
said no GMO.
well, good for you.
Because that's new.
I didn't have
Yeah,
that.
but it's a new.
Remember that law just passed in like the last year or so?
Yes,
So
correct.
it's just now having to come out on everything.
Well, no, the law is they don't have to put if it's
thought they
GMO.
did.
No, Bobby.
Oh, I thought they did.
You're so on top of these things. No, the law
Can't be on
says
top
they
of
don't.
everything. I got to
Stay-
be on the
stay
bottom of some
relaxed.
things.
Stay
No,
relaxed.
no. I'm so
Give them
happy
some
you're
drugs.
here. Okay, so check this out. Seriously, you do not have to label it GMO. So now what a lot of companies are doing is the opposite, which is what I said they were going to do.
Yeah.
They're taking upon themselves to put no GMO because there's no law saying that you have to say if it's GMO. So as a general rule, I guess it's understood that if it's GMO, if it doesn't have a label that says no GMO, it's got GMO. So people, that's how you can tell. Anyway,
But are they doing that? Or are they using that as kind of? Remember the late '90s? Everything all of a sudden said fat free.
Yes.
Even though it was 10 times worse for you because it had 20 other chemicals in it.
That's right.
that
Like,
was the
but-
tricks of that.
But that was it's more like a trick. So don't you think that if they're putting that's no GMO on the label, granted it's no GMO, but then it's really kind of like advertising saying buy me.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think they could get in a lot of trouble if they put no GMO and it's packed with GMO.
Well, if it has GMO,
Yeah.
But the manager at this Whole Foods I went to said that this certain specific company is a very, very good company, and he said this is great. But you know what BPAs are, right? Hello.
Is it the thing with the water bottles?
Yes.
Yeah.
And cans.
Yeah, it's like polyurethane ammonios or something.
Yeah, it's not great for you. Anyway, so it didn't say no BPAs. I said, so it's got BPA, but it's GMO free. He said, yeah. I said, can you get me this particular food that I want that's got all the shit free on all the shitty shit?
That's what they need. They
And
need
he
to see a
said-
product say shit free.
Yeah. He said, no. He said, it's some companies have this. And by the way, just because it says organic doesn't mean that has nothing to do with GMO. You can have an organic product and it can have GMO food in the organic product. Two have nothing to do with each other.
I'm pretty sure if I worked at a grocery store and I saw you coming towards me, I'd run the other way
Why?
because I wouldn't want to answer all your questions. Physically I'd be in, but if I were the one working at there, I'd want to
So
go
you
the
give
other
me
way.
a look over and you say, hey,
Yeah.
this works.
Yeah.
But
Because
he's in
Bob
trouble.
would be going to his manager and asking for a raise.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know. He
The
said
minute he was done dealing with you.
BPA, MSG, LOL. I don't know what the guy just said.
I've been here 2 years, and this is my last day.
I was told I was going to put stickers on the bottle of ketchup.
No,
That's all I was told I was going to
Gotta
do.
answer questions.
I have a surprise for you.
I hope
You're
it's a
gonna-
good one.
Oh, it's a really good one. Next week.
Florence Henderson.
Ooh, I would be into that one.
Well, no, not. We don't have Florence.
Hold on. Let's go for another good surprise. I'm going to give you 3 things that
It's
would
a guest.
be a surprise.
We're having a guest come on next week.
Okay. Shirley Jones. I like the old mom.
Now, Shirley Jones
You know,
is going to be
the
mentioned in
moms.
tonight's show, but no, we're not having Shirley Jones on.
Okay. I don't know.
But no, she's a comedian. She does stand up. She's been on. She performed at the Laugh Factory, Improv. She's been on Comedy Central. She's been on HBO.
What nationality?
Chinese.
Cho?
No, her name is her name is Helen Hong.
Helen Hung?
Helen.
How hung is Helen?
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Hong,
Helen
but no, it's
Hong.
Hong. H-O.
Like
N
Hong Kong.
G. Hong, like Hong Kong. Yeah.
Right.
Helen Hong.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so she's gonna be on.
She's a comedian.
Very funny. I went online. I was watching her, laughing hysterically. She was making fun of her own
Do you
name.
know who this is?
I know that he's excited that she's going to be on the show.
I am.
Don't.
Yes. Now here's the thing. Like I watch, Comedy Central and comedians, and
Yeah.
sometimes I'm a hard critic. I mean, it's you gotta. I don't know.
Can you
it's
pop
all
her
about
picture up?
material.
Oh, we don't have a thing.
Yeah.
But if no,
Our
I mean,
other guy had one.
it's all material.
Want him
but she's
back?
got. Oh my gosh! Yeah, you want Phil back?
This is why I love Bob. Bob's rocking. You keep me on my toes, Mr. Sushi Chef Aerobic Instructor.
So she's going to be with us for the whole show.
That sounds great.
She's going to be fun.
Do you know her?
I don't. No, my client knows her.
Beautiful.
And here's the thing: I wanted a comedian, to come on, and I just threw this thing out on my Facebook page. And so my client,
What happened with Wanda Sykes? Boy, we wanted Wanda.
God, I know. I sent an email to her publicist.
Wanda, if
I'm
you're
sure she
listening,
gets-
we would love to have you on the show. I actually met you at Costco.
At
one
Costco,
time.
right in the chicken section
And you made a funny comment to me as we were talking. Do you remember?
about chicken.
Chicken, and it was funny.
Are you sure she didn't run away screaming?
God, that sounds just like her. If Wanda screamed, that would be it.
Because I guarantee if you ran into her in the chicken section, there's no way you said, "Hey, Wanda, I love your material." You probably said, "Hey, Wanda, do you know where that chicken came from? Do you know how many hormones are infecting that chicken? Are you sure you want to buy that chicken? Do you even know if you can call it chicken?"
Or, I think I was in front of you.
Hey, I have something else I could tell you, wise asses.
Yeah.
Check this out. Do you know that the FDA is trying to put I was told it's a pre-law. I don't know what that means, but they're trying to push this through on the books. Cage-free chickens, they want to do away with them, and eggs.
Do away with them?
Do away. They want it
Cage-free.
You know when people go out and buy the nice natural
Yeah.
eggs
Yes.
and chickens,
Right.
it says cage-free.
Yeah, we want
so
those.
Their living environment is much better for them.
Yeah.
The food is better for us.
Correct.
FDA wants to do away with them.
Oh.
They
See,
want
I
it
will tell
all
you the
commercial.
FDA is trouble.
They
Yeah,
want
I
all
know.
commercial. They don't want any of that. And also they are supposedly, what are you looking at? You just went like this.
Because I was thinking of something. No, I was thinking
What's
of
it over there?
No, I was in a thinking moment.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's like I was thinking of fish. It's either like wild salmon or if it's like farm.
Farm raised is when they swim in
and
their
farm
own turds.
Yeah, and farm raised is bad. A lot of
Right.
restaurants will say. I was just thinking of that when you were saying
I got
caged
you.
in.
I got you.
So that's why my yeah.
Okay, so basically what they want to do, they want the commercial chickens. They want them all cooped up where their little feet don't touch the ground, where they can't move
Wow.
around. They're packed with drugs, and
Love
they just,
it.
that's what they want. Also,
Yeah.
there's a move to get rid of organic food. Did you hear about this?
No.
They're going to be going after Whole Foods.
Well,
and
Whole Foods
the
has
other
already been
places.
bought by some company that's now going to make Whole Foods start carrying non-organic fruits and vegetables.
Interesting.
It's a big thing. I forget the name of the company.
So they would be Trader Joe's.
No,
Perhaps.
they don't just carry. They're trying to push it out,
Yeah.
and it sounds like they're slowly doing it.
Uh-huh.
You know, there's crops out in the Midwest where they don't even use the crops. The government pays these farmers to keep them, don't do anything with them.
What?
Keep them. Yep, keep them empty.
Why?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's I'm telling you, it's a racket. It's a racket. So they want to do away with these organic foods because they're saying the salmonella, there's a problem with this. They can't keep up. The FDA can't keep up on checking on them.
Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
They
well,
can't
there's
control it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. They want us eating
Yeah.
crap.
Because they're
So
they're
anyway,
justifying their
Okay,
jobs.
now I'm really annoyed. So let's go on to something more perky and along the lines of your T-shirt is swell.
Something more perky.
Yes, let's lift the mode.
Oh. So let's go into some good news.
All right,
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah. The show's called "What Were You Thinking?"
I know, I hear you.
But actually, I came across this story, and I really liked it because it's kind of people are actually catching on to this, parents particularly. But there was a Utah dad that got so fed up with his teen daughter's 2 short shorts, right, like Daisy Dukes, that he taught her a fashion lesson she'll never forget. So Scott McIntosh from Utah, they were going out, and she comes downstairs wearing the
Daisy Duke.
Daisy Dukes, right? And mother said, "Go up and change." And she's
How old's the girl?
Oh, she's like 14. Yeah,
All right.
typical teenage girl.
Yeah.
No, I look fine. Nothing wrong with this.
You look like a whore. Get upstairs and change your shorts.
I know, right? Well, she wouldn't change her shorts. So this is what's so funny. The he's overhearing all of this.
Right.
So the dad says, "Excuse me." He goes upstairs. He comes down 5 minutes later with Daisy Duke shorts. He took out a pair of scissors, cut his pants at maybe shorter. Yeah, there's a picture.
Oh.
Right? So he cuts his pants and creates his own Daisy Duke shorts.
That's funny.
And he's like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
All right, if you're going to wear them, so am I. Like, hey, you look stupid
She changed.
wearing that.
She changed.
No, she didn't.
No.
They do.
She
They
did.
both went out.
They
looking
both-
like boys.
But they both went out, father and daughter, hand in hand.
They look like
Working
a
the
bad
streets.
couple.
You know how stubborn little girls are.
Oh, yeah.
Like that she'll probably
also-
never do it again. But she wasn't going to back down that night.
I also know that they embarrass very easily.
Yes.
I'm surprised.
But I
Now,
love
here's
the dad wrote
well,
best dad ever.
yeah, right,
His
best dad
t-shirt-
ever.
his t-shirt says it's best
great.
dad.
Yeah,
ever.
so the father's wearing, it says best dad ever.
Right.
So they go out. And here's the thing, because the dad, I don't think it really registered right away. I think she saw it, but she didn't. Like, she thought it was a joke.
Well, here's a question. Where did they go?
Well, they went out to dinner.
Like at one of his places or one of her places
No, they
where
just
her high school
it was a
friends
family, family. Let's go out and grab some dinner, and let's go to and then they went to a golf course, like a mini, like putt golf,
are? Miniature golf.
miniature golf.
What do you mean putt mini?
Well, putt mini
you ever
golf.
been
golf,
anywhere? It's
fizz,
miniature
fizz, pop,
goddamn
pop,
golf.
Oh, what a relief it is! I don't know.
My
just,
God, we're going to
I'm
mini
making-
putt.
yeah. So anyway, but he wore these shorts
To mini putt.
to mini putt. I love that name.
Mini
What do you want to do?
putt? It's miniature golf.
Miniature golf. What?
Have you ever?
You're putting. It's miniature golf. You know what? I'm just.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
so they
People
went
know
out.
what I'm talking about.
They-
Mini putt.
No, I don't think they did till
Scott,
we
you want to
cleared
go and
it
we'll
up.
do some
We cleared it up. My God, mini putt.
mini putt. So anyway, getting back to the story.
Yes.
So he wore these short shorts
Right.
to golf.
You remember the commercial? Who wears
Short
shorts?
I wear
No,
short
we
shorts.
we
That's
wear
right, we
short
wear
shorts.
If you dare-
if you dare wear short,
Ne'er
ne'er
wear
wear
short
short
shorts.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Look like a whore
Now here's the
would.
thing. So anyway, okay.
Oh, you like
so
that. That's all good.
father's wearing the shorts. They
Yeah.
do the putt golf.
Yeah, mini
Right?
putt.
Mini putt.
Yeah.
They have their dinner, and then they go out for ice cream. And I think at this point she's getting just a little annoyed.
Well, it's going to be real bad because
Well,
chances are she's going to run into
friends, right?
At ice cream.
Yeah.
Not to mention mini
So they
putt
get
putt.
to the ice cream parlor.
Yes.
He gets out of the car. Well, she stays in the car. She won't get out.
Ah, see?
Right?
She's embarrassed.
Finally.
It's working.
It's finally starting to get to this girl. But anyway, he goes into the parlor. She finally, grudgingly goes in. They get
Right.
ice cream. And so they come out. Now, this story wasn't like, because the father said to, he reported to the news that she didn't say, "Oh, God, Dad, you just taught me the greatest lesson ever. And you're right, I do dress like a whore." And, she didn't come out and say anything like that.
Right.
But she just magically started to dress a little bit more
Appropriately.
More appropriately, yeah.
Cool.
Than that.
So everything's good. What's her last name?
I don't.
McIntyre?
Macintosh,
Macintosh. Like the apple?
like the apple.
Oh. So everything's good at the Macintosh home.
Yeah, but here's the thing, because this father kind of, he did this. He became like this internet, hero.
Right.
Right. But other parents have done this in the past too. Like there was a girl who, let's see here.
Oh, come on, Aaron. This is dead air space.
No. No, okay. So there's a California mom who basically punished her her teenager because it made her stand in front of a busy intersection wearing a sign that read, "I was disrespecting my parents by twerking at a school dance."
By what?
Twerking.
at a
That's
school
genius.
dance.
Twerking?
You know twerking. That's this craze that's going on right now.
No, you have to
You-
explain.
With all the
Bob-
girls, the Miley Cyrus
Bob's really
thing.
good at this.
I'm not twerking. I'm not good. It's the thing that they're doing with their asses on videos.
It's what
Oh, you
Miley
mean
Cyrus
bouncing
The
on
did.
Miley Cyrus thing.
It's
Yeah,
what
they're
Miley
bouncing
Cyrus
the video.
did.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
called.
It's
They
called-
call that twerking.
It's called
They
twerking,
call it
yeah,
twerking.
and it's become this huge thing. Girls are getting expelled from schools across the country.
Yeah, because they look like fucking
Just
little
they-
hookers.
they
So
look
the
disgusting,
parents,
yeah.
So the parents,
But this is genius what he's saying that the parents did.
right.
Oh, what'd they do?
They made her stand on a corner with a big sign
Right.
that says,
"I was disrespecting my parents by twerking at a school dance."
Oh, that was the genius thing?
Yeah, but the girl had to stand on a street corner with a giant sign.
And in a busy intersection.
I guess I would be a little bit more of a
Right?
cruel parent.
So, and then another girl was punished for bullying another girl over her fashion sense. You know, she was making fun of her clothes. So her mom gets mad, puts her in really ugly clothes, and makes her stand out in front of an intersection with the sign, kind of the same thing, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, but these parents
You
are
hear the
kind of
helicopters?
retaliating. They're kind of teaching. I do hear helicopters.
I was coming over here today. I felt like I was driving through fucking Kuwait.
No,
I seriously.
That's why your traffic was so bad.
Yeah. Again, I'm not even
no,
going
it's
to go into
probably
traffic,
no,
but-
it's the police helicopters. It's like being in the show Cops. You know.
Yeah, bad
Yeah.
boy,
Bad boy.
What you
Yeah.
gonna do when you go mini putt after you?
And actually, it's funny because speaking of Miley Cyrus, there is now.
Who is Miley Cyrus, a singer?
And who was speaking of her?
Yeah, really.
Well, we were saying a second ago about her twerking.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the girl who did the shitty
With Robin
stuff.
Thicke.
Yes.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
Robin
yeah.
Thicke, right?
Yeah,
on
yes,
stage.
Yes.
So, if anybody's tired of hearing all about about her,
Yeah.
right?
Sorry, I didn't have a button for that. I am tired of hearing about Miley Cyrus, but it's
No,
not my show.
there
Keep
is
going.
an app that people can get of ridding her from their computer. So there's nothing that pops up. So
Right.
basically, so there's a Google search with the No Miley plugin, which you can enable to your computer. So there's a new extension for Google's Chrome browser called No Cyrus. Will block any mention of Miley Cyrus twerking and or other ridiculous words. So yeah.
That is genius.
Yeah. Even better, the person before this was actually Chris Brown.
Oh, I like that too.
Chris
Is
Brown.
that worth an alleyway? You know Chris Brown. He beat up Rihanna.
Yeah, Rihanna.
Yeah.
When's the last time you picked up an issue of Us Weekly? When Angeline
Scott
was in it?
He doesn't watch TV. He isolates himself in a dark corner.
Work a lot.
He does.
And you know these people?
Twerk
I know.
a lot?
I know you.
Chris Brown and Miley Cyrus,
twerk.
they don't interest me. In
They
the
don't
least
interest any
bit.
of us, but they're oversaturating our evening news.
How did I miss them?
Well,
I don't know.
with this whole blocking thing, they're these avid bicyclists that you keep, talking about.
Okay, now
They're
you've got
getting-
my
they're-
attention.
They're getting angry at you, so they're now trying to do the same thing to stop you, and they're calling it Scott out.
What?
So you don't pop up on any of their web browsers or any mention of you making fun of them. It's calling Scott out.
Gotcha.
Hallelujah.
Should I take a break? I don't know.
Let's go to commercial.
What were you thinking with Aaron and Scott? The show that gets to the core of all the bull. Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. You know, we here at the studio are really athletic guys, and as a result, we're always pulling this, overstretching that. You know how it goes. You get hurt from time to time, or you just sleep wrong and wake up with some sort of ache or pain. But no matter what the situation is, we choose who we consider to be one of the best chiropractors in L.A., Dr. Chet Millett. Headaches, backaches, neck aches. He's the guy we trust with our pain. Dr. Millett is located at Body Structure in Hollywood, California on Cole Street across from Gold's Gym. Seriously, we know this guy. He's got the experience and expertise, and he cares. That's Dr. Chet Millett. Give him a call at 323-469-8062 or look him up on the web at bodystructurela.com, or you can find him on Yelp. Dr. Chet Millett. He's the guy we trust with our pain. From the darkness below, an intense and thrilling game by the creators of App Code Source, bringing the ultimate Gangnam game directly to your devices. Gangnam Speedrunner. Now available on your App Store. Get ready to run. This app is rated G for Gangnam. Visit GangnamSpeedrunner.com. Work it.
Work it, bitch. All I heard was, work it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what's new now? Sounds like Los Angeles is falling apart with either a riot or a large fire out the window here.
So
Just caught my attention again, the helicopters and sirens.
No, I thought it would be fun, this segment of the show. Two, things that people have asked, is this good for me? Should I do this? Should I not? I don't want to clarify. And we're
Yeah.
going to talk about the stuff.
Fill me in. What are you talking about?
Well, I know I'm leading up to it. I'm creating kind of a tease. But
It's annoying me, but go on.
No, what I like about this show is there's no boundaries with this show. We talk about whatever,
Right.
whenever, and how we feel about it.
Mini putt.
Mini putt. Yes. No, but anyway, so I was doing some research and just things that people have a lot of questions about, and is this safe for me to do? Is this okay for me to do? And we're going to start off with masturbation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, God.
It's a sin.
Why am I starting with masturbation?
It's a sin.
It's because people talk about it a lot. But
Do they?
Everybody does it. Everybody does it, but they don't really talk about it because it's like that whole taboo type thing. It's like if you don't talk about it, right?
Right.
Then nobody knows.
It's a sin.
So, but I was raised I was raised Mormon.
You didn't touch yourself for a long time then.
Well, I did. But every time I did, I felt so bad. I was like, well, that never really followed, but...
No, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
It is a sin, so I had friends come over and help me.
From
the time I was
every
7
time I
on.
got done masturbating, it's like I did my Hail Marys. I said a prayer to Jesus.
I didn't even bother. I didn't
Yeah.
even bother with any of that
Well, I
stuff.
did though. But here's the
Seriously.
thing: I was going to church. We did. There were talk about not to masturbate. That it was bad.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why you have a friend over.
But I'm just saying, a lot of people are dealing with this issue. They don't touch themselves. They think it's bad.
Who?
There is research.
Who's telling you this? Do you
Where
believe
have
them?
you been?
Well, I missed out
I
on
know you-
Miley
here's the thing.
Cyrus, for God's
I
sake.
know
but
you don't-
I don't have people coming up saying,
There's-
I never whack it. Do you whack it? I never whack it. Or some girl, I don't know. I never buzz it.
Well, I'm out.
Oh, that's Trisha again.
Let's just say I'm up
Lonely
to
again.
date with. No, I'm up to date with what's going on.
So people are
talking
coming up
about.
to you and they're saying this in person?
Well, I mean, yeah,
or you
to
mean
me-
you're reading articles in some
Articles.
Us Weekly or
Yes.
whatever?
Yeah. Articles. I think Oprah did a thing on masturbating.
Oprah did?
I think it was
Seriously?
Oprah.
Seriously?
But
She's busy,
now
man.
Here's the thing. I'm here to say.
She's really busy.
No.
Who?
No.
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 Oh no.
Are they any good?
Oh no. It's
So
not
there's
us.
a band called the Filthy Soul.
that's
They
trying
wanna
to
come in.
trying to get on the
That's-
Sunset Gower lot. So
Oh.
she was coming in to make sure that it wasn't
Oh,
us.
I gotcha.
Wow.
because
What
because
were they any
she's
good?
she's saying
Bring them on to
something-
what were you thinking? What,
because they're called Filthy Soul. I think Ann Walker has your number.
okay, can we go back to masturbating?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course we can.
Set the mood.
Set the mood, Bob. Thank you.
Set the mood. Okay, so you're telling me that Oprah is she going to get off
God.
or what? Christ!
Takes her 55
but
seconds.
I really have a point. I really
Turn
have
it on high and let's go. Okay, so check this out. So
Well,
Oprah did a show on masturbating.
I don't know. I know she did one. On
I know you just said that.
Well, listen. She did one on pornography. I'm sure masturbating was somewhere in that segment. It was a full-hour show. I remember watching that episode.
No, two different
Porn,
subjects.
Masturbating. Okay, porn is sex. Sex, masturbating. Okay. Anyway, what I'm getting at, there's medical benefits.
It's making me seriously uncomfortable.
Are you getting hard?
Who's your daddy?
No. So there's a poll that
A
came
poll?
out. There was a poll that 95% of men and 89% of women said that they had masturbated. Of
Okay.
course. I mean, I'm going to say it's 100%.
Okay, so how many?
I think
95?
95% for men, 89% for women.
Okay, so
I
that
think
means
it's 100%.
5% of the guys
people
aren't
are-
doing
I think
anything,
people are lying.
and 11% of the girls aren't.
They're
waiting.
lying.
You know what it is? Honestly,
Yeah.
they're waiting for marriage.
You think? I believe that. Especially, well, my
No, they're not.
background.
They're not.
Here's what they're doing: they are waiting for marriage, but they're lying too.
Here's the thing.
I know they're lying.
It's a fundamental aspect of men's health. It is just as common like brushing your teeth, going to the bathroom, masturbating. I'm sorry. It is.
Aaron's one of those guys when UPS knocks at his door. Hello. He comes to the door with a toothbrush in his mouth and a heart on in his left hand. Yo, what's up? You got something I got a sign?
I got a package for you.
Guys,
I got a package for you too.
Yeah, use
chicka, bow,
use the
wow.
other hand. That's funny.
What's your name?
Exactly. Okay, so cool.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's actually good for you.
It's good for you, but now here's the thing: is that
Yes.
it relieves stress. It keeps everything. It just keeps you calm, and actually, your heart rate, your blood pressure, your reproductive system, brain chemistry. It keeps you in very good shape.
It sounds wonderful. Why
Yeah.
do any of us even leave the house?
Right? I haven't seen you for a while. Where have you been, Bob?
Oh, Bob.
Now here's the thing too. Now now there was an Australian study. This is Australia, but they
Is
did.
this still on masturbating?
Oh, yeah,
All right, so tell me
no,
more.
listen.
Australia.
This is interesting.
The
People don't,
Aussies.
I'm breaking the nut on this.
no pun intended.
No, there's an Australian study that found that men who ejaculated more than 5 times a week
Yeah.
were a third less likely to develop prostate cancer.
I've heard that.
Yes.
I have heard that.
Because this is regularly flushing your system. So basically speaking, it keeps your semen healthy and prevents the buildup of cancer-causing chemicals.
Now
How
you-
healthy is yours, Scott?
It's.
Mine's squeaky clean.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Everything is good. I have lots of friends. Check this out.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
Did you read anything on doing it too much? Because the Chinese believe that when you do it too much, you get rid of your vital essence. Each time you shoot a load,
Yeah.
you're essentially losing what's called Jing, J-I-N-G. Did you hear that?
No.
It's a limited supply, finite amount. It's not infinite, so you can't just whack away. Ping pong or what were you saying? I just
We're not the ones wondering what's being said. We're wondering, what are you saying?
What do you?
no. So you have to watch it. They say not to do it. It's not good. The Chinese.
Yeah,
Let's
Well,
admit
Maybe they should do it more often because they have too many kids.
that's true.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You have a limited amount of this, and once it's up, I guess it's up, and then your vital essence is gone. You know how you can replenish it, though.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oysters. How about what's her name?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Now going back to Shirley Jones, because I want to bring Shirley Jones.
How the hell
She
do we
was-
go from masturbating and porn
seriously.
to Shirley
And
Jones?
I'm going to explain that right now.
That is
she was
raw
she
and
was
disrespectful.
she was on Katie Couric,
Yeah.
and Katie Couric said, "Shirley, what's your secret to being young?" One word: masturbation.
She
Shirley
said that?
said masturbation.
She said a lot of
Absolutely.
stuff. She had a lot of dirty
Oh my
stories. Her book is
gosh,
supposed to
she-
be really dirty.
I'm going
That-
to tell you something.
I'm
I
saying-
met Shirley Jones 2 months ago at the Universal Hilton. She was there. They were having a big police auction for something. Officers injured in the line of duty, whatever. She was one of the people there. You know, I don't know. She was speaking, whatever. Met her. She's unbelievable.
Yeah, she is.
She's
She
seems like-
beautiful.
she is.
And she is something, man. She gave me a hug. I was like, oh.
No, her book talks about like she and her husband were swingers, like key parties, the whole 9 yards.
I met him, too.
She
He was
believes
there.
it's the anti-aging remedy, or a remedy to aging, to
Masturbating.
And I'm going to have to agree with her. Now, here's the thing. I'm turning 38 this year.
No,
and
hold on.
and
This is where we find out Aaron's 103. You know what? Everybody should really.
No, I'm pushing 40, but most people think I'm in my early 30s or late 20s.
Right.
And I'm going to say I owe that all to
Damn.
masturbation.
Oh.
Serious.
Oh, fuck. Got one on top of the other. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes that's better.
So, do you ever have sex?
Yeah.
That was an awful high pitch.
Yeah. Of course I do. Yeah. But talking about masturbation, but I masturbate at least once. If not
You could
twice
be
a day.
having sex.
Yeah.
What we're failing to understand here is it's not
all about the
masturbating.
orgasm.
It's not, bingo.
Is there
It's
anybody
the
out there right
orgasm.
now that can call in and just back me up on this whole masturbating thing?
Sure,
I
but
know-
it's not about masturbating. It's about
No,
ejaculating, getting off.
Well, I know.
For
but
women.
I want to know what people think about this.
Orgasms.
please call in.
Call in. If
Because
you're
I really
wacky
wanna,
wonder.
No,
call
I'm
in.
serious.
323-284-7826.
But I'm basically my thing is it's healthy for you.
All right,
I don't know
so-
what the Chinese think, but I'm just saying.
Well, they
I look
think
good.
that,
I feel
you know-
good. I feel relaxed.
That'd be funny. He's walking down the street. All of a sudden, he just goes. They go, "What happened?" He ran out of jing.
Ran out of.
But you know what? You'll also notice a big smile on his face as his head hits the pavement.
Now, here's the thing too. They're also saying that masturbation is actually really good for now couples that are in relationships, husband, wives, girlfriends.
Right.
Just when you say masturbating, doesn't mean guys only. Girls masturbate. Well, just like I
Yeah.
said earlier. But people that are having relationship problems, they're actually saying for a lot of times guys don't know what girls want. They don't know how to give it to them.
Right.
And so
And vice versa.
Right. So
Right.
what they're saying is,
Go
if
get a
it's
partner
okay,
of the
no,
same
they're
sex.
saying if it's okay, watch your mate or your wife or your girlfriend, whatever, masturbate. And typically, how they masturbate is usually how they like it when they're having sex.
Right.
And so it's like sex 101. You just sit there and you watch and get ideas on how she's pleasuring herself. Take that and then have sex, and then vice versa. Women watch men.
I'll back that up because I'll tell you because I was single for many years.
Yeah.
13, too many.
Yeah.
And but I hooked up a lot. I did all the online dating I'm not going to even say dating.
not
Online
dating.
hookups. It's not, but it is interesting because every guy that I was with, obviously, every single one is different in how they like it. And it was more fun once I got into a relationship because of exactly what you're talking about. You get to learn how to pleasure the other person based on what they like, because some people like it rough, some people like it hard, some people you can barely touch them. It's a very mixed bag of things. But there is something more fun getting to know the person, and you don't get that with one night stands.
Absolutely. And now here's the thing too: for couples that are, let's say,
no,
let's say somebody in a relationship, she's wanting more sex,
Right.
or he's wanting more sex,
Right.
and they're feeling left out. Masturbation actually is a really good place to start with your partner.
Right.
Touching, feeling, because it's going to bring actually a little bit more excitement and actually maybe even bring that flare back into your relationship. If for some reason, because it's like, you're tired, it's a long day, it's just like, oh, I got to go through the motions and I'm just too exhausting. Masturbating, we're talking stroking and touching and rubbing with
too much
the
work.
hand. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Especially
blow-
with
It's
women.
really not.
What happened to a blowjob?
But here's
I'll show you.
Oh my
but
God.
masturbation could actually be. I just think it's a good thing overall, and you
All
don't
right.
get any STDs.
That's true.
Finally, the silver lining we've
There
been
we go.
waiting for.
There we go. That is true.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So what's next?
Well, here's another thing. People always. Here's another thing. It's kind of scab picking.
we're gonna label this show. We're gonna label this show. Shirley Jones getting down and dirty.
Well, we know Shirley Jones loves the masturbate. That's what I
Telling
got.
you,
That's what I got.
I thought that lady was. She was amazing.
How long is that clip, Bob?
55 seconds, and I've only played the
No,
first
please.
second and a half.
No, we're
It is
good.
a 50. At some point, she orgasms at the end of it. I might just end the show playing it.
Jesus Christ. Sounds like she's in a gym, though. I keep hearing
Here's-
weights hitting
Let's
each
get
other.
out of the masturbating because I think we've covered that.
Yeah, we've
Are
covered
you
that.
sure we haven't heard it enough yet?
No, it's good for you. You know what?
Okay.
It brings the young back into the old. Okay.
Right.
Here's the next one is I want to talk about scab picking. People always
Scabs?
wonder if you get
What the hell
No.
have you been doing this week?
Listen.
Okay, scabs like
These
a
are
boo
things
boo.
that people. Yeah, if you get a boo boo and you get a
right.
scab, people pick the scab and people don't pick that.
Right.
Well, right.
Right.
People wonder, do I pick my scab or not?
No,
Well,
you don't.
Well, no. Here, I'm saying, here's the kicker. It may feel the wrong thing to do, but research shows it can be okay to pick a scab. So picking can actually help the healing process because a scab that's on too long increases scarring.
You know what? Let me tell you something about
So-
the eggs are good, the eggs are bad, the eggs are good, the eggs are bad. Every time I turn around, they got a new fucking rule for something they already covered last week or last year. It's stupid.
Yeah.
You know the old expression they say,
What-
how's it going to heal if you keep picking it?
Well,
How's it going to heal if you keep picking
No,
it?
there's
You did it at the, what do you call your
there's
golf
a
course?
stage. I get, because the body's healing itself. There
Right.
gets to the point where you can take the scab off,
Well, yeah, it's kind of laying there like your tooth when you're 6 and you're like, should it come out yet? It's hanging
I'm
by its
just saying.
skin. And it's like hanging like this.
I'm not saying pick at it the day after you got a boo-boo. You know, you
Well,
cut
it's not even a
yourself, you
scab
got a gash.
then. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Thank you, medical
I'm
advice.
just-
It's all good. I wonder what Dr. Oz
Your
would
posture's
say.
changed. You've perked up though.
I had to
I
sit
know.
up for a second.
Well, he.
I just thought you got a little worked up.
It's got a little annoying.
Here's another one. A lot of people they wonder, you know, how many times a day should somebody poop?
Well,
Jesus.
at least.
It's disgusting.
This is a good medical question. For
Don't
people.
ask Americans because
So,
most of them do it about
the
3 times a week.
Well, the normal range. Well, yeah, especially with all that GMO and crap. Yeah, it
Well,
blocks
everything.
you up.
It's just like, pizza and all that
Well,
crap.
the normal range for daily pooping is from three times a day,
Right.
or to once, every 3 days.
Wait,
So,
I'm sorry. Did you say 3 times a day?
3 times a day, or
3
sometimes,
times a day.
or yeah,
And then you said, or once every 3 days?
or once every 3. So one basically one a day.
Wait,
So so
Do either of you do it
intelligence.
3 times a day?
I do.
14.
Stop it.
I shit a lot.
I never leave the bathroom.
I think I shit probably 4 times today.
I'm not
5.
beating off. I'm
I have a
shitting.
very
Know you, getting to know all about you.
Unbelievable.
No, I do.
That's disgusting.
That's a great one.
That is disgusting.
That's a song I was
No,
just singing.
I have a
What's
very-
disgusting is people who don't shit and are walking around with shit in them all day long. That shit should have come out 3 days ago and everything following it, right? But they're walking around all packed full of shit.
And that's when you should see your doctor.
It's not good. It's not
Dr.
good.
Chet Millette.
Doctor.
Chet will help you. He'll get your spine in gear
That's
and you'll
right.
be shitting and beating off and you'll be a happy
Get
camper.
that baseball bat and clean it right out.
God's sake. Yeah, no, you gotta Americans.
But
are
here's the
bad.
thing.
Constipation is
actually,
really
no,
bad.
So I exercise a lot. I have a fast metabolism, and my body takes, and then it just releases. But I poop a lot. I do. I'm just saying, if you're not
ever the charmer.
I'm just saying, if you're not pooping once a day, you better put some fiber in there or do something. Or go see
Once
your
a day,
doctor.
yes, but 3 times a day? I mean, come on.
Well,
Okay, wait. Back to that. You
Yeah.
said one. You said 3 times a day or once every 3 days.
no,
didn't he say that?
No,
No.
over a 3-day period, it's basically one a day. You're either pooping once a day or 3 times a day. That's the normal range.
Okay.
1 to 3 times
So
a day.
1 to 3 times a day.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. What if you're miniature golfing and you don't have time?
That's miniature putt, mini putt putt.
Well, then you wear
mini
then
putt
you wear
putt.
diapers, so you don't have to get off your green.
Okay, so yeah.
Now-
So all right.
Now the flip side is okay. With that question, how often should you pee a day? You ever think about that?
No.
How many times? Right.
When you have to.
most
Yeah,
here's the thing, most adults will urinate 4 to 7 times a day. Now-
Because most adults don't drink enough
Now-
water anyway.
Well, here's another thing too. So, but sometimes people have an overactive bladder, and they can be going 10, 20, or even 30 times a day,
I
or as
hate
much
those
as
people irritate
or as
me.
much as 60 times a day. That'd be my dad.
Wow.
Yeah,
That means he didn't masturbate enough because that means his prostate is swollen and he's feeling
yeah,
it.
probably. We go on the road trip 5 minutes later. Anybody have to go to the bathroom? I know, Dad. We just left the house. I gotta go. 10 miles down the road. Who's got to go to the bathroom?
I think you got to go when you got to go. You know? I
but when
mean-
you're going 20, 30, 60 times, good Lord.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Then you can't even
Well,
sleep.
how much is he peeing each time? Is it a lot?
Well, I don't know. It could be a
Dribbles,
dribble. It could be a little. Yeah.
Well, a dribble, that doesn't make. Why would you even have to go?
because of the pressure,
the
on,
pressure
your prostate.
on your prostate.
That's
Oh,
why you need to masturbate
Yeah.
plenty or just orgasm.
bingo.
Absolutely.
Wonderful news for everybody.
So you'd have to make an appointment to see your doctor if you're peeing a lot, because
Right.
you might just have an overactive bladder, or
And
if you're
and
peeing,
if you don't have medical insurance, just masturbate a lot.
or if you're peeing the bed.
It's charming. Go on. You have any sound effects where pee is just landing in water?
No,
That would have been
it,
perfect.
it ends with the fart sound. I think.
That's after you pee. Don't you? Why is that? You fart after you pee. I always do.
Again,
I do
again, I'll
not.
say.
I'm just like
You are quite
Bob,
the
don't you
charmer
do that?
today.
I mean,
promise
seriously,
you, I don't.
I guarantee you, half these people that are listening right now, you do. You just end with the
have
fart.
tuned
after,
out.
No, because no. Like they fart after they pee. I
Yeah, a
don't
lot
know.
of times. I think it happens.
Do you?
I don't know.
I've never have once. I'm
Okay.
not just saying that.
Now, here's another one. These
Never?
No.
Oh, I take a leak and
Really?
I rip them.
this is good.
I rip them.
You know how times people say certain foods, right, give you nightmares.
Yeah.
So I did some research on this. So these are 10 foods that you should avoid before going to bed. Otherwise, Freddy Krueger might be coming after you.
It could just be like a spooky night at the movies, though, right?
Well, that too. But,
All
here's
right, what's the list?
But it could contribute into having nightmares. Ice cream.
Ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yep.
What do you mean you can see that?
The dairy. No,
The
because
d-
people have
the
dairy
dairy-
reactions.
Wouldn't you
The
say
sugar.
dairy then?
It's ice cream is dairy.
Then no, dairy is ice cream is dairy. Then you would say dairy.
It's ice cream.
But it's the idea that you would have ice because a
I'm-
lot of people
I'm
have ice cream before they go to bed.
Right.
Like they'll have a
It's
bowl
like-
How
of
about a
ice cream.
milk?
I'm
How about a
talking-
glass of milk?
Same difference.
I'm just saying these are it's foods, not liquids.
Well, you don't make his job easy,
Good
do you?
Lord.
You make him do all the homework.
Bend
and
me
you
over and
just-
spank me with.
Go ahead, Spanky.
No, I'm saying so. Yeah.
So ice cream.
because it can anything that.
Well,
all
the reason I bring it up,
Yeah.
Aaron, is because everybody used to say have a glass
okay.
of milk, warm milk before you go to bed, and you sleep like a
okay,
baby.
Number 2. This is shocking. Celery.
Why?
Yeah, because it's a diuretic.
Really?
Yeah. These foods can interrupt your sleep. So anytime your body's doing something that it shouldn't be doing, can cause into having a nightmare. So celery or watermelon or any sort of like a diuretic.
Wait a minute, watermelon?
It's a diuretic. Anything that can
Stimulates
it
the-
stimulate right.
That
or-
can make you pee more, right?
of course.
Holy
anything-
shit, this is so funny you mentioned this. All
Yeah.
right, I take back all the mean shit I said today. I've been eating a lot of watermelon
And you've been
before I
peeing a
go
lot.
to bed.
And you've been how many times you've been peeing a night?
fucking up like
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
why.
Jesus Christ.
course.
I love watermelon.
I know that's why you've been peeing all night long.
So save it for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Okay, thank you. All right.
I
I
s-
stand. Thank you.
I'm glad I can. Doctor,
that's very cool.
Dr. Aaron's in.
So celery will make you pee. Well,
Right.
no, watermelon's packed with water.
Right.
But celery's supposed to be good for your semen. The taste of it, anyway.
Yeah.
So I
No, so number 3, pasta. Right?
Pasta too?
Yeah.
What's
'cause
that
It's
do?
the high carb. Here's the thing. When you're fueling your body or putting food in your body late at night, you're putting your body to work. So pasta is basically it's high carbohydrate, sugar.
It's going to make you work.
It's going to
Your
make
digestive
your,
system,
right.
which
Yeah.
is going to
So
irritate you.
Absolutely. So
What's the list on what to eat?
nothing.
I like to eat. What do you mean nothing?
you're supposed to go to bed on an empty
You're
stomach
supposed to go to bed on an empty stomach.
or a slight amount of protein.
Yeah, or less, because these foods are contributing to making your body work. Anytime your body's having to work or put straight into digesting, it's going to give you some nightmares.
You are true. Correct.
Yeah,
Finish
yeah.
the list so I can pick
right.
the least of the
All right,
evils here because I am going to
Okay, number
eat.
4, pizza,
Okay.
candy bars,
Candy bars.
cereal.
Cereal.
Yeah, garlic.
Garlic.
And because it can actually contribute to having heartburn. Again, bad dreams.
Yeah. What
Dark
else?
chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
Yeah, because it's got caffeine in it, can keep you up.
Caffeine.
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
Yeah,
Booze.
and red meat.
What the fuck am I going to eat next time I go to bed?
I have a few ideas, but I'll keep them to myself.
I think you might be able to do. I don't know. That just. I would probably say within an hour. Don't have if you're playing. Whenever time you're going to bed, don't have anything within an hour or two, an hour and a half.
I swear to God,
that's
that watermelon had me pissing like a goddamn racehorse.
Because you know what I would do? I would go to the store, buy those little melons, chop it off, and eat it like a bowl of cereal. And I was up all night peeing. I'm like, it took me a week to figure out it was that the watermelon. Yeah.
I got the best watermelon. Oh, you want to hear something real screwy?
Yeah.
I was at Costco the other day. Have you ever gone up to the watermelon section and started asking people, how do you pick a watermelon?
You're knocking on it.
Everybody has the answer.
Tapping it.
The biggest thing is, well, you have to tap on it. If it sounds hollow, it's going to be really a good one. So you know what I did?
Yeah.
I picked the most compact, heavy one. I tapped it and went, no hollow. Brought it home. Best watermelon I ever had.
Oh, so the harder the better.
It was like it was packed with pebbles and
Now, was it
rocks.
bright green? Was it
Hold
like-
on.
Yeah.
Then the other guy I asked, hey, what? Well, it's got to be bright green all the way around, right? Really? Okay. So I picked one that was half yellow.
Yeah.
best watermelon I ever had next to the other one that was supposed to go wrong with,
Well,
right?
part of that is Costco has the best everything.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm just talking. Okay, so hold on.
Yeah.
Then the next time I'm there, hey, how do you find? Well, you have to find a patch of yellow. Well, that's kind of the opposite, right? That's kind of the opposite of what the other guy said.
Right,
Well,
right.
here's the best one. The best one I got the other day. Some old guy walks up and says, well, you look for bee stings. Bee stings?
What?
I
On
said,
watermelon?
what do you mean bee stings? You
mean little bumps?
Yeah, no, he said where the little stingers go in, and he says, and you look for that. I said, what are they? Because if it's sweet, the bees are going to try and get the sweetness. Hold on, the best part is, and I said, and what if there's a lot of them? He says, well, if there's too many, they've eaten the sugar and it won't
Stop
be good.
it.
That's what he said.
Stop it.
He said this. This man said this.
If the bee uses a stinger, he's dead.
First of all, a bee doesn't. They go to
don't
flowers.
go- yeah, they don't go to-
No. That's a bumblebee. But hornets and wasps, they can continually sting over and over again. Or a black jacket.
He didn't
yellow
say
jacket,
a hornet.
Yellow jacket.
He said a bee. You look for bee stings.
yeah, he'd be dead.
This guy was cuckoo.
He's cuckoo.
Yeah.
I followed him around. We spoke for a while.
All right.
I wanted to find out.
I want to bring
going
that
on.
woman back. Can we end with that orgasm? I want to see how far we can get in.
You mean for closing up the show?
Oh,
What time is it?
are we?
It's time. You're out.
Oh,
Are you serious?
play
Already?
it.
Yeah, play it. Let's bring her on.
Yeah.
What's her name?
It's Sylvia.
I believe
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Oh,
Do you remember that song? Hey,
Sylvia.
baby. By Sylvia, the singer? Oh, my. What did she say? Are you?
Now-
can I help you?
is she using her hand or is she using a toy?
Listen carefully.
Yeah.
It sounds like she's in a gym. I hear people talking.
Restaurant. It's Sally
Oh,
from
it's
When
that-
Harry Met
she's
Sally.
working out. Jesus Christ.
She's working out.
Good night, everyone. Remember, touch yourself. Not once, but twice. And shit. Not once, but twice.
Yes!